Hi, good morning, Chef. You're on mute.
Yeah, so I was talking to everyone. No one was responding because I was on mute. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so EMT ran just a couple of minutes over. I'm sorry, I'm just getting on.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So whenever you're ready to get started.
Okay. Is this everyone? I'm on my cell phone, so I can't quite see everybody.
I'm gonna check my email. I think go ahead and get started because we're recording, but I'm gonna check for oh gosh. Let's see. Whitmore Lake, but go ahead and get started, okay?
Okay. So anyway, how's it going, everybody? My name's Chef Walker. I run the Culinary Arts Restaurant Hospitality Management. I'm not really sure the official name of the class here at Howell High School. On a normal school year, this would be a 2-hour block every day. It's also full. It's a 2-year program as well. So if you're a junior, you do have the opportunity to come back a second year to do a little more advanced culinary and restaurant management work. We have a restaurant here. I actually got a class working right in the restaurant as we speak there. We're going to take a little tour of the kitchen and see what's going on there. We have a full service restaurant here at the high school. And I currently have a class that's come down to do a little market research classwork. So it's kind of neat that sometimes teachers will bring their classes down and they actually do their classwork from the restaurant. So we're gonna check that out in a minute here. But when you get here, you'll get I'm going to require you guys to get a chef coat, and you'll see that when we get back there. You'll be required to purchase a chef coat. And we'll start right off. Most of the first semester is learning the basics, safety, and sanitation. I can't stress enough about that. Knife cuts and how to work around hot ovens and cleaning up spills and things like that. I will take you through the Surf Safe course. I don't know if I have a book here or not. I think I took it home. But anyway, we'll be learning about Serve Safe. Serve Safe is a certificate you need to have to be a restaurant manager, kitchen manager. It is required. And we will be going through that program. I'm going to show you my Serve Safe certificate on the wall here. Hopefully you can see that. I'm sure you've seen this. Anybody who's ever been in a restaurant, they have to have these certificates on display, okay, to be able to run a restaurant or be in charge. So you guys would be, if you join me next year, we'll be going through the Serve Safe certification program, and I will test you. And hopefully you guys will be walking away with one of these to put on, on your resume. I've had students tell me that they've gotten raises and things like that after they get their Serve Safe certificate. So it's all good. What else? You'll begin to learn cooking techniques, management skills and things like that. I actually have, like I mentioned, the restaurant. We're going to go over there in a minute. I have students responsible for some of the food orders, the scheduling, anything to do with the day-to-day operation of a restaurant. The students have hands-on and with, all of it pretty much. So what else, Heidi, am I missing? On a normal school year, we would have caterings, after school catering. So I do make it a requirement, and hopefully keep fingers crossed that we get back to normal by next school year. But we'll do after school caterings, which I'll require you guys to do one per semester. Okay. And they book up pretty quickly there. The largest catering I've ever done in this class was about 300 people. Okay. And we do an annual event at Parker Middle School. And I don't know if you guys know where Parker Middle School is here in Howell, every year. And it's the turnout is about 200 to 300 people. So pretty big caterings. that I'd like to get back into once we get back to normal. Anyway, does anyone have any questions right now? Heidi, maybe you have something that I may have missed at this point?
Sure. Well, I'm sure there's lots of things, but I guess I would want to know, as a student coming in, tell them a little bit about the options for 1 year or 2 years to take your class. If there are any, do they have to take 2 years? And then what a typical day is like, and maybe some benefits after taking the class once they get out of high school.
It's not a requirement. I get a lot of seniors put in this class, and they just do a 1 year program there. If you come back as a second year culinary student, that's where more the management and the menu planning really kicks in. Like I said, for example, I've got students pretty much running our restaurant and ordering and things like that. So no, it is not a requirement to be here 2 years. But I do like a lot of juniors. I do like, and if you guys are juniors, I'm not sure what grade you guys are in right now. But it gives you more of an opportunity, more of an experience to come back and really, really kind of make the program your own if you come back a second year, for example. So what else?
What does taking the class do for them after high school, do you think?
After high school, I mean, it gets them career ready for hospitality restaurant industry. A lot of students, they have their eyes set on becoming a chef or front of the house manager or general manager of a restaurant or a hotel. You learn a lot of the basic skills here first. And actually, I feel like it launches you guys, gives you a lot more skill than let's say if you just started right out after graduating, for example. We can take, I'm going to go, why don't we take a little walk? Because I've got a class active right now and you guys can continue. And Heidi, we can continue to talk about this stuff. I'm going to flip my camera because I really want you guys to see the restaurant. And Weston has been here before. Weston, good to see you. All right, here's my classroom. All right, I'm gonna mask up here. And like I said, we have a class that came on down here. We'll usually start right here. I'll brief you guys. I'll do some, brief lectures, but I think most of the learning happens really over in our restaurant here. So we'll take a walk into our dining room here. Like I said, we've got a marketing class that has come down to do a little market research project on the restaurant. So they basically came in for breakfast here and they're going to complete their work here. We've got our smoothie bar back here. And by the way, Heidi, yes. I don't know if you recall what the bar looked like. This was redone over the weekend. I had a student's dad resurface our bar. So it looks updated and new. Nice. So,
and yeah. When can students and staff purchase food or smoothies? I guess I didn't realize it was the smoothie bar.
We just started the smoothie bar up a few weeks ago. Anytime really, I get emails all the time that says, can I send a kid down to the restaurant for a smoothie to be delivered, for example. We've got a lot of these pre-made items here, which we really kind of got into this year because of the COVID restrictions and restaurants being closed. So we really focused on carryouts and things like that. So I have a lot of staff coming in, sometimes all day, picking up lunch or picking up something to go. Okay. So a lot of different projects we got going on. All of this stuff is, what was learned in the textbook, as far as cooking skills, safety, sanitation, all that stuff is all applied in here. Okay. We'll do a final swoop of the restaurant there. Yep. So they're going to finish up their class project here and they're going to submit their research projects. We'll head on into the kitchen here. So they We have a real operating kitchen here. We got the staff here. Hopefully you can still hear me. We got our cooks line here. Oh, I'm low on power here. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. Okay. So yeah, so what I like to do is rotate the class into different areas of the restaurant. Obviously you saw our front of the house, our wait staff front of the house. Okay, so you get experience waiting tables. This is our back of the house crew. Okay, actually knocking out some of the orders right there. Okay, we've got a pretty decent breakfast here.
Now, would they cook breakfast every day, chef, or are they just doing it because the marketing class is there?
The marketing classes here. I get a lot of teachers call me. Typically on a Thursday or Friday, we would be open to having classes come down. So no, it's not every day. Okay. There is, Monday through Wednesday, there is a lot of, like I said, we'll meet up in the classroom, we'll brief, we'll talk about, whatever the topic is for the week here. And then pretty much every day we do get hands-on. The restaurant is not always open. Okay. Mm-hmm. But this is the fun part of the class right here is when we get to actually practice, put things into practice here. So
everyone taking the class would have the opportunity to learn all of those different areas through rotation.
Yes.
As well as get that Serve Safe certification.
Yes. Yes. And look at this. You guys get to learn how to do dishes. Okay. It's a big part of the class is we got to work clean. We got to work safe.
Right.
Okay. And I'm constantly on you guys, making sure you guys are cleaning up and making sure the floor is clean and it's safe and we don't have any grease spills or whatnot. We've got our convection ovens here, industrial convection ovens here. So, we do get to learn a lot of the real equipment here. Got our pizza ovens here. So we do have cuts and we do have burns and we do have, real life experience here. So right here, I got my Heartland guys here. By the way, I don't know if you're from Heartland or not. We're making our own hand-breaded chicken tenders. Okay, so we're gonna shallow or pan fry these up, cook them, throw them in the oven, bring them up to 165 degrees, and that's something they learn too, is what proper cooking temperatures we need to bring all our food to. Okay, and again, that's all the stuff they've learned, pretty much first semester as far as cooking techniques and like I said, temperatures and things like that. Over here, we've got a couple working on some knife skills here. Okay. Medium diced potatoes there. So, for those of you who don't have knife skills, you'll definitely learn that here. And sometimes we'll go weeks just chopping potatoes or julienne cutting carrots or whatever. So there we go. We've got some julienne cuts here. Tatiana's working on it. So she's working on a different cut there. We'll turn these into hash browns for the restaurant. So we got a lot of opportunities to work on our knife skills here.
Do they get a chance to be creative in what they cook? They have some choice in that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so they would take their skills that they've learned. I'm going to show you guys a walk-in. Got a real size walk-in cooler here. Yeah, they would take their skills that they learn. For example, saute, fry, grilling techniques that they've learned. Unfortunately, we were in lockdown, but I would have, a typical first semester final exam would be that they would come up with a plated entree featuring a few different, or at least two different cooking techniques that they've learned. So, for example, they might come up with a grilled chicken breast with sauteed green beans, for example, on their entree. We'll go back to the line here. So they would get creative in creating, their plated entree as well. And I do really, I like student input for the menu. Okay. We've got a number of different menu items on the menu right now that are student created altogether, and pretty big sellers during lunchtime and things like that. So yeah, so I always open the floor to you guys designing the menu, not necessarily me coming up with all the ideas. So that's kind of the fun part right there. So
Chef, we're just about, we actually are out of time. So I just wanted to see if there's any questions for Chef. And then also to Chef, maybe just, remind them one last, reason they should sign up to take your class and what you think the biggest advantage for them is.
Well, for one, I always get feedback. I think the experience is fantastic. I mean, this right here, I mean, there's nothing fake about this class. This is a real operating restaurant. You absolutely positively get a real work experience out of this class, number one. So even if you've never had a job before, for example, I absolutely positively count this as work experience for you guys. So when you guys are building your resumes and things like that, I always tell them, put on your resume that you worked here, because you worked here.
Absolutely.
And altogether, I mean, there's a lot of students that come in here and they say, you know what, I don't think I want to do this for a living, and that's fine. But they really acquired that skill, like the knife skills and the cooking techniques and all that stuff that they can carry with them for the rest of their lives. So fantastic.
I could use a few.
Hey, one more thing I'm going to show you guys here, and I'm going to run out the door. Don't leave. I've got ribs here. Okay, another thing we sell here, and we sell smoked ribs, and I'm going to run out the door here real quick here. These are how my Zoom calls go. I'm just all over the place. There's our customers. I'm going to head out the door here. It's freezing. I miss that weather here. So we've got our smoker here. Our shop class, I still call it a shop class. It's called manufacturing now. Built this. It took them about 3 years to build this. It's our smoker. We'll fire this baby up with wood chips, and we'll load it up with our ribs here, and we sell them to teachers. We sell them. They sell like crazy. I can't even keep up with them. So a nice project there.
I heard they're great.
That we work on here. So they are. Yep. I never get to get them because they're always sold out. So
that's a good problem.
Back in the day, we used to get outside customers. I'll show you the outside of the building there. We got our outdoor entrance. We don't get as much outdoor business like we used to, mostly because we got to keep the doors locked and secure. But from time to time, I'll get an email or a phone call that says, can you bring a group of people in for lunch or breakfast or whatever. So get the smoothie bar going right over there. So yeah, so a lot of activity today. So yeah.
All right, so any last questions for Chef before we go? No? All right, well, I just wanted to remind the students that are present to make sure that if you're interested in the class, to see your counselor as soon as you can, fill out one of the CTE enrollment forms, and then get that form to your counselor, and then they forward them onto LESA so that we can start the enrollment process for next year. So Chef, we thank you for your time and
thanks
for sharing the restaurant with us.
Okay.
Okay. Have a good day. And also please, can they contact you via email if they have any questions?
Yes. chef.walker@howellschools.com.
Excellent. All right.
Okay.
Well, have a good day. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care.